Hi, so I'm in one of my favourite places today in the Brecon Beacons, Pontsticill Reservoir. We're parking here, we're going up through the track, across the moorland, which this bit isn't really pathed, and then up along the moorland here to this Gwaun y Pynt, which is a new summit that I haven't done before, and then the slog up here to this one that's kind of unpronounceable, Twyn Mwyalchod. Sorry, I just can't pronounce that at all. I was born in Oxford, so sorry about that. I've tried. Down here, which is a steep little descent, and then back through the forest or the road path back down to the reservoir and the car park. So good afternoon, we're in Pontsticill, I think it's pronounced. Pontsticill Reservoir. It's one of my favourite places in the Brecon Beacons. Beautiful. Pen of van in the distance there. Just come across the car. And this is stunning, isn't it? Just so quiet and pretty. And there's no one here, so that's cool. So we're going to start the walk now, and it's quite cold, but hopefully be okay, and we'll crack on. See you in a bit. Beautiful valley there, and that goes to the kind of Talabon hills or mountains that encircle it. The reservoir's behind there. Over there is Twyn Mwyalchod, and there's a waterfall as well. And up here is the moorland that we're looking at, which thankfully is nice short grass. Might be easier as well to walk on. So we'll see you in a sec. Just hugging the walls at the minute. We're into the moorland part very shortly. This hill here is Gwaun y Pynt. It's not one I've done before. And I think that's the swallow hole there, and the path leads from there. So it's just a case of trying to get our way across the moorland in the easiest and driest way possible, because I think once I'm on that path, there's then a path all the way, but it's a case of just trying to find the path. I'm going to follow the sheep tread at the minute, because that is at the minute proving to be okay, but there's no path on the map in this section. So that is definitely the swallow hole. One of the deepest I've seen. It's huge. Maggie, say it there. And just went straight through the crap really. But it's a nice moorland here. No one here, it's very quiet. Kevin Ustrud there in the distance. And at last, I think I've found a path, which you couldn't see from back there at all. But this certainly looks like a path. And what I'm amazed about so far is it's not boggy. We've had a week of torrential rain. But yeah, I'm sure it will get boggy. At the moment it's alright. And that's Twyn Mwyalchod over there, here. These two peaks here. Right, I'll crack on. So this is Gwaun y Pynt. This is where the OS map says the highest point is. There was a post there, whether it's that, but it's where the forest comes right up to the moorland. So featureless, yeah, nothing there. Fairly long walk now up to the next summit here, and then we come down. So I'm going to trudge probably an hour now up to there. And I'll see you in a bit. It's starting to get boggy, so I spoke too soon. It certainly will be boggy down that dip. Ah, there's the side path. I can see that on the map nicely, so good to orientate where I am. See you in a bit. So as predicted in this dip, it's extremely boggy. past some massive bogs. Good waterproof boots needed for this walk. Path's almost being lost really because of the bog, but some cool sort of wilderness-like landscape. But yeah, so I was pushing to get this one done before the winter, because I think in the height of rainfall in the season, I mean, look at this. This is going to be impassable in places. Right, I need to try and find a path because I've lost it. Back in a sec. Nice view of Cribin and Pennyvan. That last section was amongst the worst bog I've ever walked through. Exhausting. Once it went up to my knee. I had to wrench my foot out. The path had just been engulfed with bog. So this one is best in the height of summer actually. A dry summer at that. That was really unpleasant. But it's very tiring walking through bog. Literally bogged down. Anyway, approaching the second descent, which is up onto the Trig Point summit that I can't pronounce. I'll see you in a bit. So that's where we were previous. Some brutal ascent this second part. It's not much climb, but seems to go on forever, and it's so boggy even high up on the mountain. I'm tired now. It's not like a straightforward track, so hopefully we'll be up there in about 10 minutes. I'll see you in a sec. Cool view. Cribin, and I can see the Trig at last. Almost there now. At the Trig. Done this one before years ago. Twyn Mwyalchod. It's the hardest one to pronounce out of all of them. Some memorials on here, and Richard Larkin killed in action in Afghanistan 2008, and in another one in Helmand, SAS as well. Another SAS memorial, very poignant. And here as well. Well, I'm going to say my prayers for them. Any person that gives their life for this country is just remarkable. Heroic isn't even a word, is it? What? So that's the Trig there. I'm knackered after that bog, so we're going to come along here and descend. I'll bring you back just in a sec. So it's a fantastic view today of the Central Beacons Basin and this ridge line. It's fantastic. I'll just come around here a bit. First people I've seen today doing the Brecon's horseshoe. They will be. There's quite a few actually doing the horseshoe here. Very popular walk. And see, it's just a little steep path down to the reservoir head, which we're going to hit now. I swear this path never used to be here. It's all been sort of stepped out with rocks, but I swear back in the day it used to be like a mud track, but I can't really remember. It's been so long since I've been on it. Really noisy group behind, which is fine, they're having fun, but I don't like walking in big groups. You know, all the noise, and it distracts from the solitude of the fells or the hills. Yeah, briefly, what I was going to say is I think it's disgusting how sort of consecutive governments of the way they've treated veterans. it seems to me, from listening to many of them, and I'm not military as you know, that they get very little support. And I think anyone returning from a combat zone or having served for a long time should be financially rewarded, and you know, they should be prioritised for housing, shouldn't they? Certainly above other groups of people. That's just my opinion. I'm sure some people would disagree with me. Anyway, right, this is easier now. Crack through here down to the reservoir. Bit more scenery on the way down. So there is a path down here that goes up into Taf Fechan, and it goes through the thick of the sort of forest, but I reckon it's going to be insanely boggy, so I'm going to go on the road. I can't walk any bog anymore, just totally done with the bog, but nice scenery here. I'm going to get up onto the road path. So just following the road path. I'll only do one more section on the way back because it's probably going to be a bit boring. It's just nice views of the ridge where we come from and the forest, but I thank God to be on just normal road. It's really nice. I couldn't do any more bog. That was definitely going to be boggy, just couldn't deal with it. Right, I reckon I was 2 hours to the reservoir head, which I was happy with, so I reckon it's going to be a solid hour back on this road. Mini waterfall, beautiful, beautiful. The river running up the valley there as well, absolutely stunning. Nice bit of scenery on the way back. Hey, I can see the car. Almost there. Lovely still water and some Canadian geese over there. Lovely little spot actually. So I reckon 10-15 minutes we'll be back at the car. See you in a... So we are back at the Pontsticill Reservoir. Knackered, but gonna sit here and chill for 10 before driving back. Yeah, it was one of the toughest ones I've done this year, definitely. I think it was the level of bog that made it really hard. I think if it was just a stone track, like Snowdon or something like that, it would have been less tiring, but yeah, the bog. I knew it was going to be boggy, but yeah, it was tough. Like ascending and that, all that crap it was tough, but I didn't enjoy it as much as I wanted to or thought I would, because it was tough actually, but the summit was awesome and the descent off there and around that area and the reservoir areas were really nice. It was just the kind of moorland bit in the middle that was a bit of a slog, to be fair, but it was definitely better than staying at home and watching the TV. So I hope you enjoyed it and we'll see you next time.